Yes, I. Greetings in the Rastafari name. Just wake up. Step out for address or further emphasize concerns in regards to the Chinese relations to Jamaica, You know, see. You see, anywhere else you go in the world, as a foreigner, you have to treat the local them with respect. You know, see, else it can totally destroy your business. Only when foreigners come around black community, seen, or a wider part of the black community. We observe, especially last year to a degree, or the year before last, because last year get locked down, seen, there was a rise to Chinese violence against black people, even in America. You know, see, black woman go in a shop and woman throw chemical substance pan her and thing like that, because for whatever reason, you understand what I say, beat her with all mapstick and them thing there. You know, see, Bordercat now, the other day, Bordercat must go sit down under a Chinese man pays and the Chinese man around him. I mean, Bordercat is like a local celebrity. I can't see many other way. I don't really know nobody in Jamaica when I know Bordercat. You know, see, now you as a foreigner, you come in at the place and you there and you act like so well then. Only you observe, say, the country in a state of depravity and the people them need a certain level of not even financial help, but resources. You know, see, now uno benefit of fighting and free the Chinese them a give to Jamaica, them a sell and them a make the money and them a carry it back for them country, because our people them, our Patu government them give them how much percent free tax as business starter, and Jamaicans where they abroad now have them there opportunity there, now get them opportunity there to come start back business in Jamaica. But yet the Chinese them we are superpower back for them place already. I get them opportunity there to come do business in our place. Further suck it out and care about the money got China. You know, see, anyway, I'm going to show you that we alone have them concerns in regards to the Chinese. See, particularly Asian people like the Chinese them too have more serious insight on what go on. So I'm going to play a video and I can watch what go on. You know, see, because probably sometime when I come amongst my own and they know me not. You know? So sometimes when your owner to tell you something, it come like a false or just for hype. See? But when you hear a man himself I say it, you will get more gravity towards the situation. So I hope the eye them take in this and learn. See? We chat in a minute. More bless.
Hello everyone, this is Kaiva. The USA has US Army base in Japan, Korea, Poland, Germany, etc. Thousands of American people are living in those bases. China has Chinese Army base in the Philippines, Indonesia, Canada, USA, Malaysia, etc. all over the world. And hundreds and thousands of Chinese people are living in the base. I say it again. At least 1 million of people are residing in the Chinese camp, living along with Chinese school, Chinese culture, and Chinese language. The USA builds US Army base in many countries and exercise influence on that country. China builds Chinatown throughout the world and moves that country. Chinatown's economic power is gaining the control of that country's economy, media, politics, and culture. Most of the Chinese living abroad have dual nationality. They are bilingual. In the past, overseas Chinese didn't reveal that they come from mainland China. They said that their hometown is Taiwan. But now, with high confidence, they disclose that they are Chinese mainlanders because China is controlling the world next to the USA. So they do the business with mainland China and they take pride in being Chinese mainlanders. Even if you don't want to admit it, we'll do the fact check that at present, China has taken over the world. To be more specific, let's look on to the basis of China, which conquered the world. In Indonesia, there are about 13 million overseas Chinese. They are dominating 90% of Indonesia's economy. In 1998, there was a frightening overseas Chinese incident. I want you to check it out in the web personally. Because of this incident, overseas Chinese in Indonesia try not to stand in the front. Indonesia's media and economy are occupied by overseas Chinese. In Thailand, there are 14 million overseas Chinese. Media tycoon Thaksin, a Chinese. The Prime Minister Ingnak Chingnawat is a overseas Chinese. Thailand will also completely be under the umbrella of China. The Philippines is also occupied by China. In the Philippines, there are about 3 million overseas Chinese. They are dominating 70% of Philippines' economy. If you travel Cebu, try to visit the place called the Beverly Hills of Cebu. There are high-class houses like the Beverly Hills of America, and most of them are owned by Chinese. If you travel the Philippines, ask who owns the hotel. You will be told that it is Chinese. Duterte, the current president of the Philippines, his grandparents are all overseas Chinese. Of course, Duterte became the president by the help of the Chinese who has dominated the media of the Philippines. The reason why the Philippines is putting much importance in China than the USA is also that the media led the public opinion. The media, which is operated by the overseas Chinese capital. Canada. There are 1.4 million overseas Chinese. The people who made the house price explode are the overseas Chinese in Canada. Singapore does the military training together with the United States. Is Singapore friendly with the USA or is it close to China? This is a fact check. 70% of Singaporeans are overseas Chinese. Singapore is a satellite country of China. Singapore is friendly with China rather than the USA. Lee Kuan Yew's grandparents are also overseas Chinese. 80% of listed companies are overseas Chinese. How about the status of Malaysia? 25% are overseas Chinese. Malaysians do the politics and the overseas Chinese do the economy. There are millions of overseas Chinese in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, etc. In the whole world, there is no place without Chinatown. China has already conquered the world. Military conquest is not a conquest. Financial conquest is the true conquest. China already has financially dominated the world. In Asia, there are two countries that are not conquered by China's economic power: Korea and Japan. Korea's President Park Chung-hee had a fear that if the economic power and the influence of the overseas Chinese become stronger, Korea will be conquered by China. So he made no overseas Chinese run big business in Korea. So in the past, the overseas Chinese in Korea covered the fact that they are overseas Chinese. However, at this point, Chinese people open their identity. Actress Chun Ji-hyun is an overseas Chinese. Of course, Japan made war with China during the Second World War and conquered for 13 years. So, the overseas Chinese in Japan are powerless. There's a saying that if that place is within the reach of seawater, overseas Chinese are there. Overseas Chinese have strong power of unity. They preserve Chinese culture. If China grows strong, overseas Chinese are connected to China. And if China becomes weak, they permeate into that country. U.S. Army base can be closed. However, Chinatown isn't closed. Overseas U.S. Army base is under the lead of mainland United States. Chinatown is self-operated. However, it is secretly connected to mainland China. It is influenced by China, and they construct partnership with Chinese mainlanders, and they get married to each other. It has organic connection with mainland China. You cannot visit the U.S. Army base. However, you can visit Chinatown. If you have time, try to visit Chinatown and experience various culture and improve your intellectual level. I am not anti-China. I am an analyst who only checks the facts. And through the analysis, I predict the future through my head, heart, and soul. I only hope that the whole world, including China, stay in peace. The USA exerts influence in each country by the military base, which is made public. However, China has financially conquered each country by Chinatown. Of course, it dominated the media of each country. The USA dominated the sea by the aircraft carrier. However, China has dominated the land by overseas Chinese. This was Kaiva, and see you in the next video.
Yeah, I agree with everything what that lady is saying. Can't remember her name. You understand what I say? Long time show some concern in regards to the Chinese movements, especially in Jamaica. And in the black country, in the black world, you know, China go around and take advantage, sell some like a samphire at the most cunning, tricky people them. You can find them far worse than the American them. You know, see it, far worse than Europe. You know, see it. And our government now, who love jump from one master to the next, rack up a whole heap of debt over Europe and America, and don't jump to the Chinese before you even pay off the European and the American them debt. You know, see it. But I want to arms the youth them down, they're not true. And then when I invite Chinese people now for coming out of the country, come with them dirty attitude, with them inferior complex, superior complex against black people, and things like that. You know, see, now the Chinese, them not care again, them out and them proud. You know, see, them now have to draw back behind a little shadow and go on like so well then, with like the part where them play make and suck out where you have. That them done with that chapter there, them growth and development. You understand? Them a do it blatantly in your face, you know, I tell you, so if you don't want it, you're gonna suffer. You know, see, take it away, we have you cornered. See? The same Chinese, them when we back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, we are sorry for China and I think say a beer rice, them people they eat and them can't even find meat and them just up in the little frack sitting them where we see them in a karate show and them thing there. And that depiction that we have of China growing up, you know, see it, and we always have this level of empathy towards them. We buy from them, we support them because we are just like that as black people, like any other black people. You know, see, when we invite you, we welcome you in our community. We treat you just like you are one of us. You know, see, the Chinese, them, nobody take advantage of like the Chinese. You know, see, the Chinese, them are communists, you know, learn born communists. See? And Mr. Michael Manley side with Cuba in the 80s. And the Chinese take bribe from the CIA and stop sell Jamaica. The food, the product where them have in the shop, they make it stay there rotten. One could think we couldn't get soap and them could think enough to buy. You know, see it? Me soon reach to the part there in the book when they're Born for Dead. Because you as you know, me have a series of going in Born for me. I read from the book named Born for Dead. You know, see it? So all of them things was cast upon Jamaican people. You know, see it? And perpetuated by them same Chinese over there, because from then the organization was of one intent. You know, see it? So in order not to ruffle the American or the CIA feather, so that them can continue to be the little leech that they were and leech from people and suck out your country and carry it back and feed them one like them are dead, like them are starved. See? Them now rebel or protest against the request of the CIA for hold back the food off of the street and dump them down a river town. You know see it? You know see it? Them just take what them for take and do what them for do and sit down there watch Jamaica suffer, Jamaican people under bondage and oppression by a government that, or by a system of government that's totally opposed to their system of government. You know see it? The Chinese can't be trusted, won't be trusted, and shouldn't be trusted. You know see it? I just our greedy, petty politician them. We come like say, them not born in Jamaica, worse, them not born black, like I paint somebody paint them. You know see it? Me say, the last politician where did have something good, a good intention for Jamaica, was half white, he wasn't even full black, and that was Michael Manley. You know see it? Siaga come in between, but tell you the truth, everybody come after is a black man. And come like say the black man, them couldn't wait, like that's all them did there for. Like them couldn't wait for getting a power for do worse than where the oppressor them did I do. You know see it? Come like say our people them just have this penchant for prove. So them wickeder than everybody else or everything else. To them each other as well, not to nobody else. You know see it? Not to nobody else. How come a little Chinaman out there in Jamaica where be a big tall black man there and I tell man boy for move from here so, don't sit down here so. And all them thing there. Me see all man wall ratchika woman at check woman say must stab her up through she teeth in a Chinese shop. Him own black woman in and them declare it pa recording say Chinaman a feed him, a Chinaman a take care of him and them thing there. All them level of pettiness there. When Chinese people see them think there, other people over the world see them think there, you know what them seeing as? Just a starving, hungry, undignified people who is prepared to sell out and anything that's dear to you just for feed yourself. You don't have no principle, you don't have no recourse, you don't have no balance. Nowhere else you go in the world and you see them a treat other people, I take side with other people with brutality against them own. Open brutality, open inequality, open inhumane treatment. You know see it? Blatant disregard for them human rights. Because the Chinese them come to Jamaica and them disregard Jamaica's sovereign human rights. As a sovereign nation, them disregard the people them rights to exist. Them act like them a visitor. You know see it? Me not trust them people, and a long time me said that, and me not take back my our leader them as some little dog, some little puppy them we just like me I said jump from one master to the next. You know see it? And them know what them a do. And that's the hurtful part of it. I am 100% certain say Jamaica politicians them know what them a do to the youth them today. But I only allow them forget the gun them. And that me I want to know. So I go and invite a friend them, a greedy thieving friend them, where racist come to Jamaica, amongst them youth that with them gun there. I go and invite them. You know see, because I know the youth them nature. I know the youth them was born to take discrimination though. Yeah, I know say Jamaican not proud and them not no self-esteem. Go and tell yourself that, especially in regards to them blackness. Cool. Mark my word. Share, like, and subscribe. Rastafari.